How did this story start? This story dates back to the Treta Yuga, which is lakhs and lakhs of years ago. At this time, it is said that there was a very powerful Rakshasa king known as Ravana. He was known as Ravana because he would make the world cry with his troubles and tormenting. All the worlds were troubled because of Ravana's actions, including the celestials known as the Devas. So the Devas wanted redemption from the clutches of Ravana. So they appealed to Lord Narayana to make an incarnation to save them. Lord Narayana assured the Devas that he would come down as Rama, rule over the earth for 11,000 years and safeguard them from all kinds of evils and give them auspiciousness. How was Rama going to do this? Where was he going to incarnate? It is said that at that time, in the Bhuloka or on this earth, in the city of Ayodhya, there was a righteous king known as King Dasharatha. He had three primary wives, namely Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi. For a long time, he did not have any progeny. He wished to have a righteous son, and for the sake of that, he performed a Putra Kameshti Yajna. The meaning of Putra Kameshti is desiring for a son. Desiring for a son, King Dasharatha performed a yajna, and at the same time, the Devas had appealed to Lord Narayana to make an incarnation. So, the Lord decided to incarnate as the son of Dasharatha. How did he do this? When Dasharatha was performing the Putra Kameshti Yajna, a divine personality emerged from the sacrificial fire holding a pot of divine elixir known as payasam. If one consumed this payasam, he was sure to be blessed with progeny. So, desiring to have righteous progeny, Dasharatha gave this payasam to his three wives. Kaushalya drank half of the portion of the payasam. Sumitra drank about 37.5% of the remaining half, and Kaikeyi had 12.5% of the remaining. So, in due course of time, the three queens were blessed with 4 sons. Kaushalya was blessed with the child Rama, who was the incarnation of Lord Narayana himself. Kaikeyi was blessed with Bharata, and Sumitra was blessed with Lakshmana and Shatrughna. It needs to be understood that when the payasam was consumed, it was consumed in a way that Sumitra drank the remnants of the payasam, which was already drunk by Kaushalya and Kaikeyi. So, she had 2 sons who were devoted to the sons of Kaushalya and Kaikeyi. Lakshmana was devoted to Rama and Shatrughna was devoted to Bharata. The 4 princes incarnated on the stars of Punarvasu, being the star of Rama, Pushya being the star of Bharata, and Aslesha being the star of Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Lakshmana and Shatrughna were twins, so they shared the same birth star. The 4 princes grew together with great fondness and love for each other. They learnt archery, they learnt state politics, and they learnt dharma or righteousness. They were obedient children who brought happiness to everyone around them. When these children became around 12 years of age, a sage visited the court of Dasharatha. This was the sage Vishwamitra. He came to the court of Dasharatha and appealed to him to send Rama along with him to the forest to fight some Rakshasas or demons. He said that they were performing sacrifices for the well-being of the world, but Rakshasas would come and interfere in these sacrifices, not letting the sages complete them properly. So he wanted the assistance of Rama to get rid of these Rakshasas. King Dasharatha was scared to send Rama along with Vishwamitra because Rama was very young in age. Instead, he offered his own services to Vishwamitra and also said that he would even send his army along to help Vishwamitra. However, sage Vishwamitra insisted that he wanted Rama himself to come along with him. Sage Vasishtha, who was the royal priest in the court of sage Dasharatha, told the king that it is good to send Rama along with Vishwamitra because Vishwamitra means to do some good for Rama by taking him to the forest. After being convinced thus, King Dasharatha agreed and sent Rama and Lakshmana along with Vishwamitra. It is said that Lakshmana followed Rama wherever he went. So, as soon as Rama followed Vishwamitra, Lakshmana immediately tagged along. Rama and Lakshmana were taken by Vishwamitra into a place called as the Tataka Vana. Tataka Vana was a place where a demoness Tataka was troubling and scaring people, especially sages. Sage Vishwamitra directed Rama and Lakshmana to fight Tataka. Rama very easily and valorously fought Tataka and killed her. After this, they proceeded to the place of the sacrifice where Vishwamitra and his fellow sages were invocating the Lord. It is said that Vishwamitra gave the lessons about many missiles to Rama at that time. There are many divine weapons called as astras which can be used by propitiating the weapon with a mantra. So, Vishwamitra taught Rama all the mantras related to these weapons. After this, the sages started performing their sacrifice, which was to be done for a period of 7 days. It is said that Rama and Lakshmana safeguarded this sacrifice for 6 days without sleeping even a wink. Day and night they guarded the sacrifice. Till 6 days, there was no sign of any Rakshasa coming into that place. However, as the 7th day was about to dawn, Rakshasas started coming from the sky and were about to pour blood onto the sacrificial fires. However, Rama and Lakshmana beautifully made a canopy of arrows preventing this flow of blood. Not only this, they killed all the Rakshasas who came there. The main Rakshasa whom they killed was the son of Tataka known as Subahu. There was another son of Tataka known as Maricha, whom Rama stuck with an arrow called as the Manavastra, and this Maricha was thrown 100 miles away into the ocean. Maricha was not killed in this battle. However, he was taken away to a far place so that he could not disturb the sacrifice. Thus, this sacrifice was now completely protected, and Vishwamitra was very, very satisfied and happy with Rama and Lakshmana. He blessed them and said that, now you people have safeguarded the sacrifice. I wish to take you all to the city of Mithila, where King Janaka, the ruler of Mithila, is performing a Dhanur Yaga, or a sacrifice for a great bow. I wish to take you all there because there is some good in store for you in that place. Saying so, Vishwamitra took Rama and Lakshmana to the city of Mithila. On the way, he narrated a lot of stories to them. When they were on their way, they saw an ashrama which was deserted. There was nobody there. Sage Vishwamitra told Rama and Lakshmana that this was this ashrama of sage Gautama, whose wife was Ahalya. Ahalya was turned into a stone because of a curse. And Vishwamitra told Rama that setting foot into the ashrama of Ahalya would set the stone alive, would redeem the curse of Ahalya and turn her back into a woman. Listening to the orders of Vishwamitra, Sri Rama stepped into that ashram and blessed that stone so that it could turn back into a damsel. And that is exactly what happened miraculously. Ahalya came back in her beautiful form, and sage Gautama too returned to that ashram at the time, and the sage and his wife were extremely blessed with this visit of Rama. After this, Rama, Lakshmana and Vishwamitra entered the city of Mithila and met King Janaka and the royal priest of Mithila, Shatananda. Shatananda was the son of Ahalya. King Janaka was very happy to receive these three, and he went to show the divine bow, or the Dhanush, which was known as the Shiva Dhanush, to Rama, Lakshmana and Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra showed this great bow to Rama and told him the story about that bow. He said it was a bow which was handed over by Lord Shiva to the lineage of King Janaka. These kings had kept this bow with great reverence. After some time, this King Janaka started performing a sacrifice for which he had to plough the land. As he was ploughing the land, he found a beautiful girl child in the furrow made by his plough. A furrow made by a plough is known as Sita in Sanskrit. Since he found this child inside that furrow, he named her also as Sita and brought her up as his own daughter. It is said that when Sita was about 5 years old, she was playing, and as she was playing, she moved the box in which this divine bow, the Shiva Dhanush, was kept very easily. Now we need to understand that this divine bow, Shiva Dhanush, was not an ordinary one. For anybody to move it or carry it was not possible. It is said that about 500 people were required to move the box in which the bow was kept. But this 5-year-old Sita had playfully moved the box in which the bow was kept. At this time, King Janaka decided that if anybody would be eligible to wed Sita, it should be the one who can string this bow. Only such a person would be worthy of wedding Sita. So, all these stories were narrated by Janaka and Vishwamitra to Rama and Lakshmana now. Janaka was waiting for somebody to string this bow so that Sita could be married to that person. Vishwamitra now ordered Rama to go and string the bow. Rama effortlessly picked up the bow, and as he tried to string it, the bow broke into two. Such was the power and valor of Rama. Thus, having broken the bow, Rama now became eligible to wed Sita. So, Janaka invited Rama to wed his daughter. Now, Rama told King Janaka that I only obeyed the orders of my guru and tried to string the bow. If I have to get married, it has to be with the permission of my parents. Janaka was very happy to listen to this reply, and so he sent a message to King Dasharatha and his queens and invited all of them to Mithila, having told that Rama had broken the bow and he wanted to give his daughter Sita in marriage to Rama. King Dasharatha and all the citizens of Ayodhya very happily came down to Mithila, and the grand wedding of Sita and Rama took place in Mithila. Not only this, the wedding of Sita's sister Urmila happened with Lakshmana, and Sita's cousins Mandavi and Shrutakirti were wedded to Bharata and Shatrughna respectively. All of them now returned back to Ayodhya. On the way, they met sage Parashurama, who gave another divine bow to Rama known as the Vishnu Dhanush and blessed him, saying that he was meant for removing all the evils of that era. With this, the story of the Bala Kanda of Ramayana gets over. All of them were very happily residing in the city of Ayodhya. Let us see what happens in the next Kanda soon.